continue with the action inside of Thunder Studios, Long Beach, California. This Night of Champions 5. Being presented by the fastest rising promotion in the industry, Dmgboxing, along with Top Rank Incorporated, and being sponsored by Fightbook. If you're looking to be part of the next Dmgboxing event, register at fightbook.com. Happy Jewelers. Happy looks good on you. Drive it, along with Casa Mexico Tequila, Auténtico Corajillo, Torque Law representing the people, and Adams Boxing, the official brand of boxing. This contest set for 10 rounds on the line. The vacant NABA super middleweight title, our supervisor, former world champion Ina Malpartida. Our judges at ringside, we have Fernando Villarreal, along with Sergio Cais and Jack Reyes. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black with white trim on the scale. He registered an official 167.5 pounds. In 14 bouts as a professional, he maintains an outstanding record of 11 victories against 1 defeat, 2 draws, 7 of those victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Victorville, California, Juan Just Business Baraca. Across the ring, the red corner, wearing blue with silver and white trim, his official weight 170.5 pounds tonight. He puts it all on the line, including his undefeated 13-0 record. 8 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Cedar Hill, Texas, Samuel Arnold III. Our referee, Gerard White.
Gentlemen, you went over the rules in the dressing room. Both of you guys know what is expected out of you. A good, solid, clean fight. I'm gonna let him work to here. He's gonna work to here. Let's go to work, guys.
Referee Gerard White. Our judges are Fernando Villarreal.
You ready, Sean?
Sergio Cais.
You ready?
And former world-class referee Jack Reese. And we start round 1. Both guys are tall, so I expect them to come out and use their jab. Both of them look a little dry. They don't look like they're really heated up yet. Samuel Arnold, 13-0. Juan Barajas, 11-1 with 2 draws. Barajas in the black with the white trim.
Work out of that. Work out of that, fellas. Work out of that.
And Arnold with the blue with the white trim.
I want you to work out of that.
Both guys keeping the range right now. Looking to land that jab. Barajas trying to open up with that right hand just a little bit. Arnold looks content just to maintain at range, feign him off the spot, and use his jab.
Work out of that. There you go. Work
Does land a nice left hook underneath.
Stop.
And these are the kind of fights you want to see with fighters at this stage of their career. An undefeated guy against a guy 11-1 with 2 draws. Nobody is upside down on their record.
I want you fellas to work out there, okay?
As the ref kind of warns them both for tying out, they're kind of falling all over themselves right now. And it's about the 3rd time the referee Gerard White has had to warn them about that. So we'll see how that progresses as the fight goes on.
Let him go, let him go. Work out of that, fellas. Work out of that. Punch and get out. Punch and get. Stop, stop, stop. Watch that forearm. Not with your forearm, baby. Box.
And they tie up again. And I got a feeling that the crowd is gonna start showing their displeasure if every time they throw a punch, they tie up and hold.
Work out of that, fellas. Work out of that. Let him go. Let him go. Stop.
A shoulder bump there by Arnold. Aesthetically not the cleanest first round. Barajas has been a little busier. But both guys are smothering themselves right now. They're smothering their work, as we like to say. I'd really like to see them because they're both tall to punch in range. Good combination by Arnold. That's the best combination that he landed in this first round. But it's a 10-round fight for an NABA regional belt.
Don't punch after I say start. Respect my bell.
As we close out round one, having to warn them about holding and tying up. And we'll see if we get a little bit more cleaner action here in the second round. I'm sure both of them went back to their corners and were given some good instructions by their chief seconds.
Punch and get out of there.
One of the things you can see when Barajas punches, by the time he throws his second punch, he's falling over and putting himself in a position where either he or his opponent feels compelled to hold.
Let him go, let him go.
As they tie up again.
Punch and get out of there, fellas. Stop! Stop! Box. Stop! Stay off his head. Stay off his head. Step back. Box. Stop! Stop! Keep your head up.
I think you can hear the referee Gerard Wright. He's doing most of the commentating when he has to tell them to stop as they tie up. Good right hand by Arnold. But once again, they tie up.
I said let his head go. Let his head go. Box.
Sometimes it takes fighters a few rounds for their styles to kind of match up for an entertaining fight. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But both guys are tall. They have the ability to extend their punches and punch in range. It looks like Arnold's a little bit more comfortable doing that. It looks like Barajas is more content after he punches to kind of close the distance and tie himself up. Good body. That was a good body shot by Arnold. That might have been his best punch of the fight as Barajas ties up again. At some point, the referee, who is doing an excellent job, he's going to have to be a little bit more stern in his warnings with all this holding.
Bring that up. Stop. Bring it up.
And Arnold's corner urges him to keep that jab on Barajas' nose as there's blood coming, looks like from both nostrils. Not sure how it's going to affect his breathing, but in a 10-round fight, for it to happen this early, it may be a factor as he almost clips him with an overhand right as he tries to work off the ropes.
Off his head.
So you have Arnold with his hand on Barajas' head, and then you have Barajas kind of holding him from the side.
Step back. Stop. Step back.
As we close out round two,
Time.
not a lot of clean action. Not a lot of clean action. The referee has his hands full, as do the judges, as far as scoring clean punches. And here's some action as you can see the blood from Barajas. Good jab by Arnold. And I think if he throws that jab a little bit more and he tucks his chin down a little bit, he's going to have a little bit more effect. But it seems like every time somebody throws a right hand or a left hook, they're getting tied up. I got a feeling that if somebody lands a really good telling blow, that may change the course of the fight. As we head into round three. And they immediately start off with a clinch with Barajas clinching.
Your hands are free, you can work. Let him go. Let him out.
And exactly like the referee's saying, your hands are free, you can work.
Step back. Step back.
I really think if Arnold threw a double jab, he would prevent Barajas from closing the distance like he's doing and allowing him to hold.
Bring that up. Work out of that, fellas. Let him go, Ron. Stop.
Ref wants them to work out of there. They have not shown the willingness to try to work out of that clinch. And most often, they're just grabbing each other to the point that the referee has to separate them. And it's getting really rough and really sloppy in there.
Let him out. Work out of that, fellas. Work out of that.
I just think that if Arnold was to shorten his shots up, he might have a little success. But the referee's getting really frustrated with these guys.
Don't throw any punches. I want you to keep them up. You're not going to go through this all night, all right? You okay? You okay? Box. Stop. Step back. Box.
Both guys working from the outside. Not much going on. I really like to see Arnold use a double jab. Good right hand. Temporarily stens Barajas. He bends his knees. His glove almost touched the ground. And I think if he keeps that range and he punches from out there, he's going to have a lot more success.
You can work out of that. Stop. Step back.
Arnold having a little bit more success in landing some clean punches this round. Even that little push jab right there that prevented Barajas from coming forward. Barajas looks a little less willing to want to just rush in there because he's taking some hard shots this round, and his nose looks a little bit worse for wear. And Arnold does have a good stiff jab. He has a really good stiff jab. If he uses it more, that could be the ticket for him to winning this fight in a convincing fashion. And it looks like he's warmed up now, and he's a little bit more comfortable in the range as that jab starts to really land as we close out the round. And Barajas tries a barrage, but nothing really landed. And that old saying, never mistake activity for achievement. We're going to be coming up into round 4. And there's the manager and the cut man, a good friend of mine, Frank Espinosa. They were really high on Arnold. As you see some highlights here, he landed a good right hand. Barajas he leads with his head and his shoulders. He doesn't really lead with his punches. And I think that's been making it difficult stylistically for Arnold. But when you start seeing Arnold shoot that jab, as there he goes right here with a quick 1-2 that kind of folded him temporarily. As we get ready for round 4.
Stop. Keep your head up and stay opposite.
And last fight we had Albert Chop Chop Gonzalez. In this fight we have referee Gerard White, who says stop. But he's doing a good job. It's his job to keep these fighters safe, but make sure they fight a clean fight. And Arnold's really starting to stick that jab with effectiveness that's preventing Barajas from covering the ground that he wants.
Let him out, Sam. Let him go, Sam. Work out of that, fellas. Stop! Step back. Step back. Opposite, let him go, let him out.
I just feel like Arnold's starting to separate himself a little bit from what he was in the first couple rounds. He's kind of found a rhythm. He's found the range. He's kind of timed Barajas a little bit, and he's been able to effectively hit him when Barajas is coming in with kind of that wild surge that he has. He doesn't really come in with punches. He more or less just kind of rushes him with his head and his shoulders. And that probably is because of Arnold's amateur pedigree. And he covers up really good right there, and he lands a nice, good short left hook. And now it looks like he's starting to get to his fundamentals. And he lands a good 1-2 that definitely got Barajas' attention.
Bring that up.
He's not falling over anymore. You can see his posture. That good 1-2 right there. And that 1-2 has seemed to really find a home. It's found a home. And the great thing that I see that he's doing is he's punching now in range. He's controlling his space. And he's not allowing Barajas to have those wild lunges. And that right hand and that stiff jab like he just threw right there is having a lot to do with that. His range and his posture look really good right now. And Barajas really hasn't had an answer for it other than to kind of hold and use some roughhouse tactics. And something that I really like to see is that jab of the body, jab of the head, what Arnold just did. As we come up about 20 seconds left in round 4. And the last couple of rounds, Arnold's really separated himself, and I think the judges will probably agree that he's won these last 2 rounds convincingly.
Watch your head. Stop. Watch your head. Time.
At the end of round 4, from the Thunder Valley Studios, Dmgboxing, along with Top Rank Boxing, Thunder Studios becoming one of the top venues in Southern California. Young up-and-coming fighters, world-class fighters. Starting off round 5, 10-round fight. These middle rounds are usually very crucial when it comes to the scoring of how it turns out in the later rounds. And Arnold's starting to really find a home for that jab. I think he was a little bit shell-shocked by the style of Barajas. Maybe he thought because Barajas was tall that he was going to fight from longer range and not try to close the gap with more rough tactics.
Stop. Step back. There you go. Let him go and work out there.
I don't know if I've seen Barajas really try to establish his jab. It just seems like he's content on closing distance by moving his body forward and just holding and winging a wild shot. And there's a jab, and he gets countered with a 1-2. Both guys tie up. Referee's letting them work out of there because their hands are free. He's encouraging them to fight on the inside.
Stop.
Arnold just misses with a big right hand. I'd like to see him just stick 2 jabs down there. And a good 1-2. He's found a home. He's found a home for that 1-2.
Stop. Stop.
And Barajas counters.
You're holding one. You're holding him one.
By holding. The referee warns him. That was a good jab. You can see the sweat fly right off of Barajas' forehead off that good jab. Arnold does have a really good stiff jab. Good jab of the body stops Barajas right in his tracks.
Watch your head. Watch that head. Box.
It's been a really physical fight, but you can see the talent and the pedigree that Arnold has, and I'd like to see. I'm sure his people would like to see him have some separation here, but Barajas is not making it easy, both aesthetically and physically in that ring. But Arnold's corner has been telling him, they've been telling him to keep using that jab, and that's what he's done. And that's probably the best 2-punch sequence that Barajas has had probably since the first round. As Arnold tries to work off the ropes, he's covering, he's trying to catch and rip, and there's a lot of blood now coming off the nose of Barajas' nose. And we're going to see how that's going to play into things as we reach the second half of the fight. Halfway through here at the Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. And thank you for tuning in. We know you got a lot of options today. with a lot of big-time college football, but all you hardcore boxing fans, 13 fights. DMG Promotions in association with Top Rank. Coming to you live on a Saturday night is at 1-2. Is coming to you live on a Saturday night as well. And Barajas on the highlight there, just missing that right hand. Second half of the fight coming up. Still to come, Abel Alba, Julio Resendez, Maya Hernandez, and Josephat Navarro. 3 4-rounders and a 6-rounder still to come here at Thunder Valley Studios.
Punch out of that, fellas. Punch out.
They immediately start with a hold.
Stop.
Looks like they stem the flow of the blood from Barajas' nose. Let's see how long that lasts.
Let his hand go wide. Let his hand go wide. Let his arm go wide. Stop. Stop. If you let his arm go wide, he can't swing.
And it's getting physical in there.
Off his head. Stop. Let him out. Let him out, Sam. Let him out, Sam. Step back. Step back, Sam.
Both fighters right now just kind of content to circle the center of the ring. Two tall, rangy guys, but they're tying up a lot. As Arnold makes his way back to the ring, Barajas looks like he wants to get a little bit more offensive. As Arnold gets in a defensive posture, you can tell he definitely has a lot of skills. Referee separates them one more time. I kind of feel like the fans are kind of like waiting for some sustained action like they've had with the Purla and Jasmine fight, with the Chop Chop fight, with the Pitbull fight. As Barajas now here in the 6th ring trying to exercise his will a little bit as he takes a good right uppercut as Arnold has his back against the ropes. But they hold and clinch, and Barajas gets a nice forearm to the neck as his nose starts to bleed once again. I'd really love to see, and I know the fans would love to see some more clean punching. A little bit of body work by Arnold, but once again, they tie up. For all you people scoring at home, how are you having it scored? Are you looking for the one who's landing the more clean punches, the effective aggression? As Arnold's corner implores him to double his jab. He throws one, and then they end up tying up once again. Arnold circles the ring as we close out. Good double jab right there. I like to see that.
Stop. Go back.
Another jab of the body. Even though it hasn't been real pretty, I think the last 3 or 4 rounds, Sam Arnold has been in control. As we get into the last half of this fight, Arnold has a little bit of a mouse, an actually growing mouse underneath that left eye. That's something with 4 or 5 rounds to go in a fight, you definitely want to address, because that's something that can blow up on you real quick. As you see the end swell work for any facial swelling that Barajas has. Round 7. Sam Arnold, Juan Barajas. Barajas from the high desert, Victorville. Arnold fighting out of Texas, near Dallas, by way of St. Louis, Missouri. And now you can see that mouse underneath his eye. And it's been a rough fight. You see the blood coming out of Barajas' nose. And they just keep imploring him to throw that jab. Arnold circles the ring. Got a left guard down. See right there, instead of just settling for that clinch, I would have liked to seen him just stick a nice double jab or a 1-2 down the pipe. And then jab and not pull back. Maybe getting a little tired. It's been a pretty physical fight. We're in the 7th round. It's scheduled for 10. He works his way out with a double jab. Barajas is kind of content just by throwing a looping jab and then holding. Not much scoring. He's not creating any scoring opportunities for himself as they clinch heads again. And now that nose is really starting to become a problem, as Arnold punches on the break and gets warned by the referee, Gerard White. Hats off to the ref here. He's done his best to get these guys to fight out of the clinch. Good body shot. Two good body shots by Arnold. As Barajas comes back with a left hook of his own, and you see the sweat pour off as he takes one right to that nose.
Stop. Off his head.
Coming into the last 30 seconds of round 7 here from the Thunder Valley Studios. I got abandoned by my broadcast partners. Beto Duran is gone. Lindsay's gone. But I'm happy to be here with you, doing what I love to do. Being around what I love to be around. The sweet science, boxing, as we close out round 7. Sam Arnold. Juan Barajas.
There you go, Sam.
And Arnold closes out with a couple of jabs. And we get ready for the 8th round. And there's some highlights. Good uppercut. And that uppercut landed right there on the nose where it's already damaged, it's already bloody. He tries a right hand. Some great work tonight by our production crew, making these highlights as we finally see some end swell work. Get on that left, underneath the left eye of Sam Arnold. 3 rounds to go. I think Arnold has separated himself a little bit. Those first couple of rounds probably were kind of hard to judge. But I think if he puts 2 of these 3 last rounds in the bank, he can come out of here with a good decision. Barajas lands a good body shot. I'm sure Arnold's trainers, they don't want him going back to the ropes. To me, that's about the only place where Barajas has a chance to beat him. But Barajas smothers his work. For a tall guy, he's not super effective from the outside. He doesn't step things up with a jab. He falls over. And his nose is showing the effects of those 1-2s and those stiff jabs by Sam Arnold. Some good defensive work right there. That jab of the body, and Arnold starting to keep him at bay a little bit, as possibly Barajas starts to get a little bit fatigued. And I've said it a bunch of times, the corner of Arnold is telling him to keep that jab on his nose just like he did right there. And he does it again. And that's starting to pay dividends for him. Oh, and hit on the break by Barajas. But If the ref does not call, and he might have stunned Arnold with something because his legs look a little bit wobbly. I'm not sure what it was, but that jab just hurt him. He called it a knockdown right there. That was close to being a knockdown. And I think on a replay, we may see that Arnold's hand touched the canvas and gave Barajas some life here. The crowd has come to life. Barajas' nose is a bloody mess, but Arnold's legs look a little wobbly as he lands a good right hand, and he looks to weather the storm here in this 8th round. And I'm not sure if it was from a punch or maybe his gas tank just getting a little low, but he's looking to hold on right now. And he is definitely tired. He is definitely tired, and Barajas is trying to seize this opportunity. And he's doing the smart thing. If you're tired or hurt, you try to hold on. Barajas is looking at a referee to like, why did he hit me? But unless they call a break or tell you to stop, protect yourself at all times. Arnold looks really tired. His eyes are wide open, and even those jabs by Barajas are kind of making him shudder a little bit as we close out the 8th round. And these last 2 rounds in a fight that hadn't been that exciting has now just got exciting. How you liking it out there? Thunder Valley Studios, Long Beach, California. Riding solo here, your crime fighting cut man, Mike Rodriguez. DMG Boxing in association with Top Rank. Some highlights. He gets caught up in the ropes. I don't think it was a punch. I think that Arnold got really tired that round. Good shot to open the round up by Sam Arnold. Left, right. He looks a little bit more composed this round. And I'm sure he heard a stern warning in his corner for getting back on that jab and getting Barajas off of him. But he definitely looked a little worse for wear at the end of that 8th round. He looks a lot better this round. His eyes, his legs. And if I'm Barajas, I'm trying to push him back and throw punches, because you don't know how Arnold's going to react to that if he is tired. If one punch can change the course of the round and kind of get him back to where he was last round. With 1 minute gone here in the 9th round, Arnold lands a sneaky right hand and then turns Barajas around. Barajas' nose is showing the effects that he's been in a really hard professional boxing match. And Arnold tried an uppercut that missed, that almost caused him to really take a hard left hook from Barajas. Something you really don't want to do from too far away. Halfway through this 9th round, both guys trying to get the advantage. I think Arnold's probably ahead on the scorecards. Barajas may know that. Bleeding from the nose, but he's pressing forward and he's pressing on. Final minute of the 9th round. Close round and may still be up for grabs. Arnold's jab may be the difference. Good 1-2. Another jab. Trying to win this round. trying to weather the storm of Barajas and get into this 10th and final round.
Stop. Watch that head, Sam.
Referee Gerard White had to do less interjection this round.
Stop. Off his head. Stop.
He was really busy those first 3 rounds as Arnold tries to close it out with a right hand as they clinch toward the bell as we come into the 10th and final round. Who's going to have enough gas left in the tank in this 10th and final round? Will it be Arnold, who stacked up some rounds in the middle part of this fight, or Barajas trying a late barrage, a late volley? They seem to have that mouse under the left eye under control, as Barajas' corner does the same. Everybody's excited. Here we go, somehow a big right hand, left hook from Sam Arnold. That seemed to kind of get him right after a really tough 8th round. But Barajas charged on. They're going to touch him up at the center of the ring. Referee Gerard White, the 10th and final round. Sam Arnold, Juan Barajas. And Barajas comes out strong, forces him back into the ropes. A big right hand by Barajas catches Arnold at the top of the head as he holds on. His legs look a little bit wobbly. If Barajas can land
Off his head, off his head.
some clean shots, we'll get a better indication of what Arnold's condition is. As they hold toward the corner, the referee breaks him up. It hasn't been because both guys haven't been trying. It just, sometimes the 2 fighters' styles just don't really match up to make that clean of a fight. But they're fighting hard. As Arnold tries a whipping check left hook that missed, and they tie up back into the ropes. Good 1-2, good right hand. Good right hand by Arnold. Good right hand by Arnold. That right hand definitely, he's trying, Arnold's trying to hit him with that big right hand as ref calls time. And the ref, after earlier warning, is going to take a point away from Sam Arnold here in this 10th and final round. Let's see what kind of bearing that has on the scoring, especially if Barajas can win this round. That may make things a lot closer on these scorecards. It's really going to be up to Arnold right now to try to win this round, to kind of get that point back, if you will, as he lands a good combination. Both guys are very tired as they close out, coming up into the last minute of this round. The crowd has definitely got back into this fight. These last 3 or 4 rounds have been very competitive. Less than a minute to go. The Arnold corner imploring him to throw the 1-2. They know how important this round is. That's a big right hand. Oh, and referee Gerard White stops the fight after a run right hand. And the fans do not like that. And I have to agree. I don't think that Barajas was in that much trouble. Was it a good shot? Absolutely. Absolutely. But he didn't go down. He didn't buckle. Maybe from his perspective, he saw an accumulation of punches as the ringside doctor over there takes a look at him. But we have a knockout here in the 10th round, and I know the fans of Sam Arnold and his trainers and handlers are very happy about that. Barajas obviously disappointed. Sam Arnold, even though he's tired, I know he's very happy. And when he's ready, we're going to take it up to the world-class ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the DMG boxing ring, referee Gerard White halts this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 10. Declaring the winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, Samuel Arnold III.
And your winner, Sam Arnold. A lot of boos and jeers from the crowd. They did not like that stoppage. I'm sure Arnold and his people are not going to complain. In the 10th round, fireworks in the 10th round. 4 more bouts to go. Young up-and-coming fighters trying to make a name for themselves. And some highlights from this 10-round fight. The jab, to me, the jab was the key for Arnold. That's what paid the bills most of the night. Even though Barajas was a sturdy challenge, he did not make it easy. There was a lot of roughhouse techniques. But in the end, it was Sam Arnold with a big shot in the 10th round that compelled referee Gerard White to stop the fight. There were some good moments. Barajas looked like he had Arnold on the ropes there in the 8th round. But both guys hung tough. But it was definitely a clean right hand.